Hello everyone. In this video is about wrapper class conversions. There are two important concepts that we need to learn here. That is autoboxing, which means conversion from the primitive type to corresponding wrapper classes, and the reverse of it. The reverse of this process is called unboxing. Let's understand this through an example over here. First, let's see what is autoboxing. So autoboxing means conversion from primitive type to wrapper class type. So first, we are trying to create one character variable A. So this is one primitive type of variable. So now we need to convert this primitive type to the wrapper class type character. For char, we use the character wrapper class type. So now this one is assigned to the wrapper class, and the wrapper class variable, that is the reference variable name, is A. So if you want to print it now, the value of A, that should display as the alphabet A or the letter A. Now in the same way, I tried to create one array list reference variable of integer type, and here in that list I am trying to add one integer value 25. So now the 25 is added to the array list, and this is a process of auto boxing, because the array list is a um, your non-primitive type of variable or reference variable, and which can only store the object. So 25 integer is now getting converted to one object type. That process is called autoboxing. So when you try to display the value of the array list, so you just use the index, the first element 25 is stored in the index 0. You just use the get function, and when you run the program, it will display the array list get 0 position element, that is 25. In the same way, the reverse way, converting from the non-primitive type to primitive type, or the wrapper class type to primitive type. So here I have one wrapper class type value, character value, as A. Now doing the unboxing, I can just simply assign that character variable wrapper class type of variable to primitive type char A. So when you want to print it, just use the variable name and print it in the output. Well, so now in the same way, creating one array list object, adding 24 into it, and trying to have the value of it, that is 24, which is a reference variable value, and that reference variable value can be assigned to one primitive type of variable num, and this process is called as a unboxing, and just try to use the primitive type of variable name to print in the output. That's your auto unboxing. Some string conversions example. As we learning about wrapper classes, some other string functions are also applicable in wrapper classes. Let's try to understand that. I have four separate values: to one integer, one float type, one character, and one regular integer type. So here num1 is a wrapper class type, double is a wrapper class type, string is a wrapper class type, and regular int is a primitive type of object. So first I'm trying to use the toString method, which will return a string containing the decimal representation of the value contained in the wrapper class object. So if you use like this, num1, the wrapper class variable, to toString. So when I run the program, it should return the value of the variable, that is 10. So it converts the 10 to a string here. In the same way, wrapper class 3.14 double variable is converted to a string 3.14. So if you want to print the length of this 10, it should run through the length function of the variable, then it will return the size as 2 or the length as 2. Now in the same way, if you want to convert, if you want to use this method, integer dot toString sum integer. So the syntax of it, what is the meaning of this? It will return a string. ToString means it will return a string usually containing the decimal representation of the value of some integer. let's see the first statement here. So it will represent the decimal or return the decimal representation of the value num1, and that should be one integer object or int integer variable or an integer literal. Now, if we write like this using the wrapper class name dot toString function and the variable name, it should return same 10 in the output. And if we want to convert this primitive type, then use the wrapper class name, then toString and the variable value 20. So that will be returned as 20. In the same way, we can also convert a simple number, should be an integer number, using the wrapper class dot toString. So it will convert 3 to a string value now.